Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue building decks led by the legendary creatures from Secrets of Strixhaven. This week we'll be trying our hands at building budget decks led by the uncommon monocolored legends from the set. Leading today's deck is Ennis Debate Moderator. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Ennis Debate Moderator is a 2-mana 1/1 legendary human cleric. When Ennis enters, we exile up to one other target creature we control. We then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Additionally, at the beginning of our end step, if one or more cards were put into exile this turn, we put a +1/+1 counter on Ennis. Okay, so we're building a mono-white flicker deck, and we're keeping this thing ultra budget. At the time of recording, the entire deck was under $50. My goal is to try to have every deck this week be about the same price, but I haven't built them yet, so I'm not sure what their price will be. For those who don't know, a flicker deck builds value by regularly flickering creatures, exiling them, and then returning them. There are a lot of creatures with great enters the battlefield triggers, and by having them enter over and over again, we build value. Now, since we're ultra budget, we won't be running cards like Panharmonicon or Elish Norn Mother of Machines. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, BCW. BCW has been making high-quality, cost-effective products for both collectors and retailers for over 40 years. If you want to store, display, or sort your cards, check them out. I've been using their inner sleeves for years now and have never had an issue. Be sure to click the link down below and use code DANON10 for a 10% discount on your order. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. The plan is that I'll be streaming here in the next couple of weeks. My schedule lately has been hectic, so I haven't had the time. Now, we're going to change how we do things. If I'm streaming Final Fantasy XIV or some other video game, it will be dual cast on Twitch and Musings by Danon, my anime and manga channel. If I'm building commander decks or something magic related, I'll be streaming over here as well as Twitch. I've roughed out a schedule, but I need to confirm a few things with Cute Stuff, so keep an eye out for now. For our land base, we're running Scavenger Grounds, Myriad Landscape, Rogue's Passage, Temple of the False God, and 32 Plains. Not a lot of variety, I know, but we're an ultra-budget monocolored deck. Our mana ramp package consists of Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Marble Diamond, Mind Stone, Felwar Stone, Thought Vessel, Worn Power Stone, Gilded Lotus, and Hedron Archive for mana rocks. Of course, we've got a land ramp package in Solemn Simulacrum, Wayfarer's Bauble, Knight of the White Orchid, Loyal Warhound, and Core Cartographer. You'll note that a lot of those are permanents that we can flicker. For card advantage, we've got Spirited Companion, Helpful Hunter, Wall of Omens, Inspiring Overseer, Sun Titan, Priest of Ancient Lore, Circuit Mender, Rumor Gatherer, Karmic Guide, Luminous Broodmoth, Welcoming Vampire, and Brought Back. A bit of graveyard recursion, but mostly traditional card draw. And most of that comes from creatures we can flicker. Our interaction and spot removal package consists of Dimensional Exile, Path to Exile, Swords to Plowshares, Skyclave Apparition, Disenchant, Destroy Evil, Generous Gift, Palace Jailer, Angel of the Ruins, Return to Dust, and Stroke of Midnight. Not as many creatures as I'd like to run, but we're on a strict budget, which means we need to avoid even $3 or $4 cards. For board wipes, we've got Austere Command and Ravnica at War. Flexible and one-sided. Delightful. The core of our deck consists of Charming Prince, Abdul Adrian Gorian's Ward, Reverend Hoplite, Blade Splicer, Thalia Heretic Cathar, Lion Sash, Toby Beastie Befriender, and Evangel of Heliod. Supporting our plan, we're also running Ephemerate, Restoration Angel, Felidar Guardian, Cloud Shift, Flicker Wisp, Far Traveler, Guardian of Giripur, Fiend Hunter, Another Round, Flicker of Fate, Parting Gust, Personify, Acrobatic Maneuver, Semester's End, Scroll Shift, and Ghostway. Lots of ways to flicker creatures, which is exactly what we're wanting to do. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 50 mana sources split between 36 lands and 14 pieces of rain. Not too shabby. 12 pieces of card advantage. 11 pieces of interaction. 2 board wipes. 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds and Lion Sash. 1 Sudden I Win card in Another Round. I know we don't have infinite mana, so we are limited on how big this spell can become. That being said, if we can flicker one creature over and over again, we can draw a ton of cards, destroy a bunch of permanents, get a bunch of lands, or make tons and tons of creature tokens. A deck like this is flexible and relentless, focusing on the strengths mono white is great at. Do you have a flicker deck? Who's your commander? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to Moderator Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Boomy, Oscar, Justin, Golden Walker, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel Zombie, Luke, Brian, Richard, Jeff, and Enenra. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.